Disclaimer. This kill count contains the following: disturbing images and flashing lights. Proceed with caution.
Hello everyone, my name is Max Davila and welcome back to the Kill Count and welcome back to Season 2.
Criminal.
Today we will be looking at the second season of FNaF VHS, which was released in 2019 and ended in 2020. Unlike Season 1's tapes, which were just experiments for the animatronics, Season 2 adds way more. While still showing the advertisements of the place just like the first season and still having scary elements, Season 2 is much darker than Season 1. Personally, these tapes are way more traumatic and disturbing to me. I think it's just as good or even better than the first season. I'm also very glad of the lack of jump scares because that's not what makes something scary. Scrippus makes these much more enjoyable and unsettling. Season 1 was mainly focused on Michael Afton, but that's really different here in Season 2. Season 2 is more of the point of view with characters like William Afton and Joseph Afton. And trust me, it's depressing and disturbing as hell. And when we get to that point, it becomes really emotional. Once again, if you're not a fan of flashing lights and disturbing images, which was again in the disclaimer of this video, I think you should again skip this episode. But if you're still here, well, enjoy it while you can. Grab some popcorn. Trust me, this is where things get crazy. With 18 more minutes than Season 1, will there be more kills to count? Well, let's find out and get to the kills. The first tape begins with an introduction to what we need to do as a night guard. First, it says that we need to use CCTV cameras to see if anybody is sneaking around the establishment or to see if animatronics move. What the hell? Hey, somebody tell the animation company that their tape is screwed up. Just wanna say, I got a kick of how goofy Freddy looks in this. It's a pretty nice touch. But anyways, they now explain how the large doors work by showing us how the buttons work.
You might have noticed the two large doors to your sides, and also your lack of provided flashlight. But why is that? You will need to use a flashlight with these specially engineered door controls. Pressing the white button will activate the light set outside the door, illuminating a...
You gotta do better than that, FNaF VHS. Now they explain the part about possible dangers. Took you long enough. They tell us the animatronics such as Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy roam during the night. They roam the building to prevent them from getting locked up and having the repair costs low. So they say that you need to close the doors in order to prevent them from getting into your office and destroying possibly expensive equipment. Wait, why isn't there any music or narration of what I'm supposed to do? By this point, I can make bingo cards of these analog horror series. But either way, why is there text on the bottom? You know what, let's read it.
The hidden room in the bathroom hallway. The board to break them. I'm in there, Michael. Your father. I'm your father. I want to talk to you. I only want to see my boy.
That's kind of strange. Yep, it's time to take the printer out. The next tape starts off with something about testing out the new facial recognition technique for Toy Bonnie. So how the FRM, short for facial recognition mechanic, works is that one shows them a picture of an innocent person and a picture of a criminal. So when Bonnie sees an innocent, he will raise his eyelids a bit, and when he sees a criminal, he will open his mouth. Just ignore the fact that Five Nights at Freddy's takes place in the 80s and facial recognition technology wasn't made until 1991. Everything so far goes pretty great until the guy shows an unseen picture of William Afton, and that makes Toy Bonnie attack the guy.
Hey, no!
But don't worry, this guy isn't going on to the kill count. He electrocuted Bonnie. And then we get one of the most reasonable reactions to what just happened.
Look, I know we can't have that guy back here, but you can't just put it in without telling me. I could have died.
The guy knocks down the camera, maybe, as we then cut to the king of disturbing imagery in analog horror.
Criminal. 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 Criminal.
Let's just say most people were pretty unsettled by that.
Criminal. 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 Criminal.
Oh my god, no, not that face again.
Oh my. That is horrible.
Oh no, no. The tape ends with William's stretched out purple face. The third tape starts as we see a shot of the dining area in Freddy Fazbear's Pizza where the gang performs. Suddenly Bonnie comes out of the darkness and stands there as Chica does the same. Bonnie, aka Lewis Collins, and Chica, aka Angie Collins, begin talking about William as Angie asks if it will be his time. Lucas says probably because he might be gone, but Angie just hopes William is sorry to him, even though Lucas says otherwise. Angie hopes he is anyways because Luke is a good brother and she doesn't want to see him sad anymore. Lucas appreciates it. I really hope William gets a taste of his own medicine. Wink, wink. Angie begs him not to cry because even though he is sad now, he won't be in the future. Lucas says he's glad she doesn't know what's happening. And when Angie asks if he wants her to look, he agrees even though he'll be back. Angie walks to inspect it off screen and Lucas walks away as well. No, cut that off. Yeah, that. Fun fact, the music in the scene is Lullaby of the Leaves by George Olsen. Even though the pitch is matched to Misplaced Time by the Caretaker, which samples the track. The tape ends with us fading into black. The fourth tape begins with a tape that was intended for the employees after the unfortunate incident that took place previous week.
We've been deciding on where the company should go from here. We've decided on something that will require higher effort, but will ultimately be best for the company.
Ooh, I'm kinda interested right now. What is it?
We'll be rebranding from the ground up, replacing all of our animatronic characters with 4 new ones, which use much safer technology than the ones we previously used.
Only if they knew 3 decades later that these animatronics would be in a game with deadly expectations. The narrator says that they won't include spring locks, it won't be wearable, and wearable costumes will be separate. He also says most of the main area will be changed into the modern area we know today. The stages for the characters, the wall posters, and the prize area.
After the restaurant...
Hey man, don't act like you just didn't see that, and what was that either way? Oh. Well, that's thrilling. Anyway, the narrator says when the restaurant reopens, returning patrons might ask the employees what happened to Fredbear and Spring Bonnie.
In a situation where you are asked anything along these lines, here is what you say in reply. Fredbear does not exist. Spring Bonnie does not exist. Nothing happened to anyone. He does not exist.
Suddenly we cut to Golden Freddy, offended that they said that he doesn't exist. Also, apparently in the Five Nights at Freddy's novel books, the soul of Golden Freddy is possessed by Michael Brooks. But I won't count him since he wasn't mentioned in this series, so well, deal with it. And besides, I think this Golden Freddy is possessed by Joseph Afton. Golden Freddy thought that you said you were sorry and thought you loved him, but he knows you were lying. I mean, you're wrong, Golden Freddy. I do. Golden Freddy then comes closer and closer and closer until he's in front of the screen and tells us he doesn't love us.
We do not care.
He says he'll take us with him so we know how it feels not to exist. That was pretty disturbing. On to the next tape. The next tape begins with a Wondermation Studios title intro and a Fazbear Entertainment title intro. That's because it's an animated episode. And trust me, the animation's really good. The name of the episode is The Missing Member Mystery. We cut to the crew closing down as Foxy complains about the food fights.
What's so bad about food fights? Oh, I like them.
I don't know. Clean it up and find out.
Yeah, what he said. Chica tells them to stop bickering and she'll make some pizza, which sounds good to the others, well, except Bonnie.
Shut up and do what I pay you for.
Yeah, shut up, Bonnie. We fade into a scene where our cast is unseen but there's 6 chairs shown. But this seems to bother Chica to an extent. Hey man, Freddy doesn't even have an answer, not even a sarcastic one.
Shut up.
Ah, the balance has been restored.
Bonnie says if there are some missing members, but Freddy calls it a strange coincidence. Chica, it's a guest table. We fade into another scene where Chica couldn't be impatient. She walks and searches some boxes until she finds a photo of the gang and 2 blacked out members. We can definitely tell those are Fredbear and Spring Bonnie, but they won't ever find out. Chica walks out and we cut to a door very far away. Don't worry, they zoom up into it as it opens up. Chica goes in there. Wanna say though, that shot looks more clean and crisp than the original shot. Then I guess we're in the outside world. We then see a text saying tomorrow's another day. Fun fact also, that creepy ass bear was also used in Mean Bear's tapes. Maybe this tape isn't as scary. Also, before I continue, I just want to say something. People may be confused why I didn't add that face onto the kill count, but that turns out that's Joseph. Maybe this face is Chris Afton, but I'm not really sure, and plus his name was never mentioned in the series, so let's not add him to the kill count. Also, because I already added Joseph Afton last season. We cut to a Foxy mask as we see the puppet's face start to fade in, but then the face becomes broken. We then see a message given from Joseph saying Charlie is wrong. He says Michael is a monster and blames him for his head missing pieces, but everyone ignores the situation like it doesn't exist. He adds on by saying why would Michael be any different now, and then tells Charlie to stop saying he'll save us because it's not true. All she's doing is hurting them more. Keep the same energy with the ending of this series. It will be worth it, Joseph. He accepts his fate and he pleads for them to accept it because he doesn't want to be alone. Why are these tapes becoming even more tragic than they were before? The 6th tape begins with the video's title and some more samples of creepy ass music. We then see plenty of photos of the gang and a gray photo that's Springtrap? With a final video title and a creepy face giving us a title card! Don't wait. No. I'm not gonna get mad. That was my fault in the last episodes. I won't scream again. We then play a cassette tape that plays with the voice of William Afton, played by FNaF Table, if I said his name right. Check him out, he's really cool. Still though, can't wait till he bites the dust. William announces to the listener finding the tape in his bedroom, which is kinda concerning, but I think he would have known that Michael Afton would have been playing this. He then says the listener might be aware of the tragedies with Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, with 3 cases of 1 and 1 case of 2, with that adding up to 5 missing children. William switches saying he wouldn't call himself plain even though people might think he is.
Just a father taking care of himself and his kids who tragically lost his youngest in '83 and supposedly just got over it, right? Wrong.
William says he will never get over it, and just because he died isn't the only reason. He accuses Michael along with the rest of the people killing Joseph on purpose even though Michael denies it. Michael hated William and Joseph since Joseph was the more loved child. So he basically bullied Joseph out of jealousy until his death. But dude, that's more parenting issues. You gotta love both of your kids equally. I'm just really hoping he's not going Homer Simpson on his ass. But he couldn't do that because if he would have gotten caught. So instead he decided to kill 5 innocent kids because apparently they were the same. I'm sorry, but a little shithead is way less worse than a guy who killed your own son and was his older brother. What makes this more disturbing is the glee of his voice when he says he has no guilt.
It was hell for them, but it was heaven for me. And then I leave, without the slightest bit of guilt.
Nah, that's really disgusting. Also bad news, William knows if the tape moves since he's seen it over 1,000 times. He threatens Michael, aka the listener, to put it back and start
running.
The 7th and final tape begins with an audio recording recorded March 24th, 1993. We hear William moan as he says he's trapped in the spring lock shoe because apparently the spring locks went off. And trust me, it even hurts for him to get up. The recording ends with William saying he doesn't know when he is getting out. We then get another audio recording recorded March 29th, as we hear William shock they, presumably the animatronics, are still working as someone had put them back together. He thought the pizzeria was closed and now wonders if the people inside think he's dead or just hate him a lot. Like a lot. He now thinks that the murdered children were like him and deserved it.
They really are just like him. They deserved it. It shows.
Another audio recording recorded July 20th with William thinking the kids are wondering why they aren't in heaven.
They got me, so why aren't they dancing up there with all the angels?
William says they're not going anywhere and assumes God doesn't care about justice. William just hopes that Joseph is getting treated better.
I hope he's treating you better than me, Joseph.
The next audio recording recorded November 12th with William screaming at Michael to help him.
Michael! Don't leave me here! Michael! Michael! Help me!
I'm pretty sure that audio was from the first episode of season 2, or maybe just an extended look at it.
Michael! 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 Don't leave me here!
The next day, William wonders how Michael did that to his own father and then says that he always hated Michael.
I've always hated you.
That is your problem, William, and I'm gonna have a nice time watching you die. William says he's going to get out and find Michael to give him a real reason to cry. We make a significant time jump to an audio recording which was recorded on June 5th, 2002. We just hear William cursing himself for being stuck and alone.
Go without me and leave me rotting in a room for God knows how long.
The next audio recording was recorded on October 6, 2008, which was 23 days before I was born. William is finally getting out and is able to finally breathe, and that's because he got moved into a different room. He tells Michael to visit him since he knows he'll do it.
Come on, Michael. Come visit me.
We then cut to October 14th, 15 days before I was born, and oh hey, Springtrap!
I see you.
We cut to Fredbear's Frights where I guess Charlie, aka the puppet, is talking to Michael about William being here and keeping his matcha lit, so he's prepared. And after 6 episodes, we finally get to see their plan in action. We hear footsteps getting louder and louder until Springtrap appears.
Hello.
Wonder how this is gonna go. Now that's satisfying. William is finally burned alive and now is finally added to the kill count and probably one of the most satisfying villain deaths on this channel. And I mean it. Everything turns black as we fade into a white screen where we see all the kids' names that died by William. Won't count them because I already counted them in the last kill count. Oh well. We then get the final 2 names, which are Joseph and Michael Afton, who died presumably in the fire. We also see some text that Joseph finally forgave Michael. So this means Michael is the final kill on the kill count. And this is the end as we have this bittersweet ending to this season and the series. How many people died in the 2nd season of FNaF VHS? Well, let's find out and get to the number.
Criminal.
Only 2 people died in the 2nd season of FNaF VHS, with both of the victims being male. With both of them being a father and the son, and with that we get a blueberry pie chart. With this season giving us 7 episodes, that leaves us with a kill on average every 0.285 kills per episode. That's the lowest runtime we've ever seen. Without competition, I'll give the excellent execution for the coolest kill to William Afton. Dude's maybe one of the most well-known and cold-blooded villains in the FNaF universe. And seeing him getting burned in his own pizzeria sums up the big bad, I guess. And by default, I'll give the tame knife stab for the lamest kill to Michael Afton, since it happened off screen. And that's it. FNaF VHS Season 2 was released in 2019 and ended in 2020 and was a really nice conclusion to the series. And yes, there won't be a Season 3 since Squippus McGrippus said that in his newest video. Luckily, Paddington, one of my biggest inspirations, actually made a remake of the entire series, and it's good, like very good. Even better than the actual tapes themselves. Unfortunately, you only got to cover like season 1 of it because of the drama I mentioned already. I won't cover it right now, but I will for sure cover it in the future. But for now, we're still in season 2, and speaking of which, the next season kill count will be SML's The Purge. I'm really excited for that one. Just don't get your hopes up for a big body count, because it doesn't have that. Until then though, I'm Maximus Avila, this has been The Kill Count. Be good people, and see ya.